It's a beautiful thing when a sequel can deliver on the promise of a fun but flawed game. Panzer Dragoon 2 Zwei is a great example. Released by Sega in 1996, 1 year after the original, it improved itself in every way, while maintaining its already fantastic rail shooting core. In Zwei, you ride your dragon while shooting enemies attacking you from every single direction. Gameplay is largely the same as the original. You tap the A, B, or C button for free fire, and hold down the button to target multiple enemies for homing attacks. Homing attacks function largely the same, but the free fire feels less accurate when it comes to smaller enemies or incoming attacks. L and R allow you to turn 90 degrees either left or right. Keeping your head on a swivel and quickly downing enemies is critical. Iteration comes by way of the Berserk system. A second bar is added to the screen depicting your Berserk level. Whenever the bar is green, you can activate it with any one of the X, Y, or Z buttons. Your dragon will let loose a rapid barrage of homing attacks until the bar drains empty. Zwei has more hectic moments than the original, so managing this system to help you out of jams is key. Despite having more intense moments, Zwei is a slightly easier game overall, which is an improvement in my opinion. It feels challenging without ever being frustrating. The original Panzer Dragoon had a rough look. Like virtually all Saturn launch games, it featured blocky clipping polygons, chunky textures, and low rough frame rates. Despite this, it was more successful than its counterparts at preserving a fun experience. It was the Saturn's best launch game. Zwei is a completely different graphical experience, with a silky smooth consistent frame rate and more detailed enemy models with clear textures. Unlike the original, you can tell what these enemies are supposed to be. Zwei stands with the most graphically impressive games of its day. Its only blemish is warping polygons. They are rare, but they are distractingly bad when seen. Look at this mountain melting away over here. Still, Panzer Dragoon 2 Zwei is a much better example of what the Saturn is capable of. The story is only tangentially related to the original. A young man watches his village be destroyed by a mysterious ship. He then discovers his pet creature is actually a dragon, and follows the ship in search of revenge. A big differentiator in the sequel is that the dragon starts off so young it cannot yet fly. The first level is exclusively on the ground. The dragon evolves as you progress, and you can affect that in a few ways. You gain points by completing chapters, finding alternate paths, and destroying a high percentage of enemies. The more points you have, the more the dragon's health and berserk meter grows, and the more simultaneous homing attacks you can unleash. You also witness the dragon evolving at the end of each stage. The better you play, the easier the game becomes, and the cooler your dragon looks. Storytelling is basic, but between your connection to the young dragon and the extremely unique atmosphere of the Panzer Dragoon universe, it's easy to become engrossed in the adventure. A key contributor is the music, which builds upon the feel of the original while surpassing its level of intensity. Zwei's most epic moments are magnified by its excellent soundtrack. Everything is not all sunshine and roses. Despite having the same number of chapters as the original, they are shorter, even taking into account the extra paths that can be found. A deathless run can be done in about 45 minutes. And it has a couple of weird dead zones where nothing happens. The action stops, and your dragon casually flies through the air, with no enemies present for a good 10 seconds or so. It feels so long that I was caught off guard by enemies suddenly reappearing. It's a very minor but odd issue. Panzer Dragoon 2 Zwei is one of the best all-time Saturn games. It crystallizes the already exciting gameplay from the original and greatly improves the bells and whistles. Panzer Dragoon was remarkable for how fun and atmospheric it was despite its lack of polish. The full package on display in Zwei is a remarkable experience.